as much stuff as I want. Doesn't even have everything I want. I did have to make some compromises, but compared to everything else, this blew the competition out of the water. Also, given how well my last Dell held up, I decided to go with it again. I'm very happy that they decided to go with this finish. This reminds me a lot of the Mac. It has a very glossy sort of plastic. It's almost like there's a gray surface and then it's coated with a layer of clear plastic. It's very nice. And surprisingly, it's kind of scratch resistant, but it looks a lot better than the previous Inspirons that had that rigid sort of texture to the top. I don't know what Dell was thinking there. It's a very amazing looking device. Very shiny too. You get fingerprints, but they wipe off a lot easier. Surprisingly a lot easier than my old Inspiron. I don't know if you saw on the top, but it's been a this one's a 15-inch, the other one was a 13-inch. I've always kind of wanted a 15-inch. That's my preferred size for the Xbox. And 17-inch is crazy. I don't know why I didn't get a 17-inch. It's sort of a sweet spot. And to get a full-size keyboard, which is one of the features I wanted to. Right now it's plugged in, and as you can see, this light is off as it's fully charged. And that brings me to the first feature. Let's go over all of the features that are on this laptop. Again, I had to make some compromises on all of those as well. So, actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's go to the cons. So, con number 1. So I've turned her over, and I'm sure you can notice something. There's a lack of battery. Well, actually, this has plenty of battery, but it's on the inside. That's the first compromise. I really wanted a removable battery that was removable on the outside so you could hot swap them with older generations. They did have a model that had that, but it had last year's specs, and you know, if you're gonna get a new computer, you want to get the newest one possible, especially if you're like me, and you don't upgrade every, like, twice a year like some people do. Kind of ridiculous. But, yeah. So there's no battery on the outside, it's on the inside. Luckily though, it is user replaceable. You just open up the laptop and you can replace it, unlike certain companies that actually solder them in. You really can't. So I'm glad Dell didn't cheap out. Also, the advantage of having an internal battery is that there's actually more watt hours on the internal ones than there were on the external. Or not external, but user removable, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so con number 2. See right here that we have a headphone jack that this also doubles as a microphone. You have to rely on the software on the computer in order to use and also when you have these headphones here that, you know, they're just Apple's EarPods that have a built-in microphone. If you choose the option for a built-in microphone combined with headphones, the audio quality takes a hit. It has to do something with, I think, both the codecs and just the drivers that they'll put on here. Maybe with the driver I'll make it a bit better. It works, it's just not ideal. That was a compromise I had to make. As far as I can tell, there just aren't manufacturers that are making 2 separate ports anymore. Yeah, a lot of people are using combo headsets anyway, so number 3, it's a matte display. There are 2 types of people in this world, those who prefer glossy and those who prefer matte. I'm definitely a glossy display kind of guy, although I have to say that because Windows 10 has the minimalist interface, Windows 10 by the way, it actually looks better on the matte display, whereas Windows 7 gives you a bit great, glassy, three-dimensional interface with a lot better Con number 3 is a keyboard. Well, this is actually a pro and a con. I'll just say right now that it's a con because it's a chiclet style keyboard. Although I am used to chiclet style keyboards. I type typed on them before, so it's not really a big deal to me. I have no problem typing on this comfortably. The older style of keyboards was of course much nicer, and nothing replaces a mechanical keyboard. If I ever want to get some serious coding work done, I just plug in my mechanical keyboard that I have and use that. But this is fine for on the go. And, I don't really have a problem with it like a lot of people do. Okay, so that's pretty much all of the cons. And by the way, I've been leaving the sticker on just to show you. Here's some of these specs that are listed on it. 15-inch full HD display. Actually, that's also kind of a con too, because when you have a full HD display, a lot of your programs actually look blurrier. It's the same thing when you go from tube TV to flat screen HD TV. You watch analog broadcast and it looks like garbage, whereas on a CRT it looks just fine. Whenever you have a better display, inferior media is going to look pretty bad. It's not a big deal though. You get used to it after a while. Here's a webcam. My first laptop that I've ever personally owned was a webcam. We have other laptops in this house that are webcams. See, it's HD, 720p of course. Given that VGA resolution or somewhere in that ballpark, that's pretty good. Also has dual microphones and a little white light to let you know that it's on. Not that that always works. Well, it does, but if people are going to hack your webcam, that won't always turn on. I'm not overly concerned about that. This does have wireless and Bluetooth. The first laptop I've ever owned with Bluetooth. And it's great because I actually own a pair of Bluetooth headphones. Kind of a pain, but they're kind of nice at the same time. I just had to try them, just because I wanted to see what it's like. Bluetooth headphones still have a long way to go. They're okay, and they are nice because you don't have to worry about having the wire tangling around and getting in your way. I don't know, I think that we have a ways to go before we can go fully Bluetooth headset. The wireless chip in here is AC, by the way. Not that I can take advantage of that because the access point in this house is still in, and at any rate our internet speeds are like 25 down and $5 up, so it's not like that's going to help any advantage, but it makes me future-proof, quote-unquote, I guess. It has an HDMI output. That was actually sort of a con. A lot of laptops for a long time now have had both VGA and HDMI. This one only has HDMI. Kind of a con. I wasn't really planning on using an external monitor with this, so I guess it's not a big deal. I just wish they had both. Like my home theater PC that I showed you, and also an HP that we have in the other room. What does that say on the touchpad? It's all kind of blurry on this side. Okay, precision touchpad. Has multi-touch gestures, and it actually has a left and right click. And yes, they do actually click. And I just woke it up. But it's nice that I actually have a real left and right click instead of having to use gestures to left and right click, or doing the thing with Apple where you have to hold down a command key and then left click. Yeah, I don't like that. So I can actually scroll the old-fashioned way by holding this down and then moving another finger. Or I can use two fingers to scroll. It's up to me. And I like how big this is. Another thing is, they actually got it right. They moved it further over than previous ones. Because a lot of touchpads, even the one on my previous Inspiron, they're just slightly too far to the right where your palm keeps getting in the way. This one is over even further left than before, and it's like in the perfect place. This is something that they got perfect. So yeah. And the last thing there is SD card reader. Pretty basic stuff. So over here we have, you can see that I actually have a real graphics card. It is a Radeon, and it's not the best, but it does have 4 gigabytes of your memory. It does do a fairly good job. And i7 is something that I did not want to compromise on. I only need i7 just because I just use that power. I want all of that power at my disposal. See, it's the 7th generation Kaby Lake. Where Intel gets these names, I don't know, but whatever. So great, now I can peel that off. Finally, I can turn caps lock off. Caps lock actually has a light, by the way, which is cool. It does look a lot like the Max line, just by, you know, like a little light on the caps lock button. Just the overall look, very Mac-esque, very elegant, but has the functionality of a Windows box. Now, another thing that I like about this is, you notice this light here. This is the charging light, and it only turns on when you're charging. It will turn white, and then when the battery is low, or when the battery's at its critical level, it will turn amber. And over here we have the power button that tells you when the computer is on. And on my previous one, both of those were combined, so you never knew if the laptop was charging or if it was turned on just by looking at it. That's why I said it was both component. It is a chiplet keyboard, but it's full size. And not only that, it's backlit. Yes. I can't tell you how many times I was stuck in the dark with my old one, and I'd have to angle the screen down just to see where to put my hands so I could type. There's nothing more annoying than having to do that, so backlighting has been something I've wanted for a long time, and I finally have it. And it has two different levels. This is the highest. Going over the ports now, you see we have our power connector, which is a much more universal connector than the old one. It would actually look like a universal adapter. Here we have the Ethernet port. Yes, it does have an Ethernet port, and yes, that is a requirement. And it's interesting because this is a very thin laptop, and I integrated it so that this little part pulls down if you put the Ethernet drive in. And it's actually relatively well built, so I don't see this breaking on, especially since I take care of my equipment. It is neat how they did that. So you have the option to use Ethernet if you want, and it's integrated in a way that doesn't make the laptop fast. HDMI, of course. These are two USB 3.0 ports. Normally I don't keep my mouse plugged in there, but it's a wireless dongle. These are the two USB 3.0 ports. Again, I've wanted for a while because I do have media that can take advantage of those speeds, namely external hard drives. So it's very nice to be able to transfer data at a very fast rate. And we have a USB 2.0 port, and this is the one that I usually keep my mouse plugged into. And here, yes, we have a DVD drive that's capable of doing DVDs, CDs in any form or fashion, except for Blu-ray or HD DVD, of course, which I don't own any of, so no big deal there. But this was a huge requirement. I wanted a laptop with an optical drive, and this is pretty much the last one Dell sells that actually has an optical drive in it. So if you want a laptop with an optical drive, buy this one while you still can. And it works quite well. It is a little chintzy, I have to say. Let me eject it. You can see it's yeah, not exactly top of the line quality in terms of its build quality, but it does do a fine job of reading and writing. I've written and read many discs, and I mean, you can't ask for much more nowadays, honestly. So it opens every time, reads every time, never skips. It performs a lot better than my old one, I'll just put it that way. So okay, so now moving on to the desktop, you can see that we have indeed a Windows 10 desktop with a stock wallpaper that Dell provided. I like to keep it stock just for a while anyway. You can see I installed Windows 8 Gadget Pack, which does work just fine on Windows 10, even the 64-bit edition for those of you who are wondering. And things have been going very well. I'm actually enjoying Windows 10. Of course, I locked it down, disabled as much of the telemetry as I possibly could. I know it's still not ideal, but I don't know. I mean, Sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and deal with it. Oh, I never mentioned the internal specs. So the internal specs on this computer has 8 gigabytes of RAM. That's taking up one of the slots. So I could easily add another 8 gigabyte stick of RAM and upgrade it to 16. Whereas on a lot of computers nowadays you have to pay like an extra $100 just to upgrade from 8 to 16 gigabytes of RAM. So it's nice that Dell gives you the option to upgrade yourself. It has a 5400 RPM hard drive that is 1 terabyte large. I didn't want a solid state drive. I just don't. I don't like them yet. They're too expensive, and I just can't get past the fact that at some point it's destined to fail once you reach a certain number of cycles. Like, you can count the number of cycles almost, and after that it's guaranteed to fail. I just don't like that because you can get a lot longer out of a hard drive. Even though on laptops hard drives tend to fail faster just because they get bumped around, but in my case this one's not going to get bumped around too much. I don't know, I just wanted the hard drive, and this computer didn't have an option to come with a solid state drive, so that is what it is. Maybe I'll upgrade to a 7200 RPM drive at some point, but for now this one has been doing just nicely. This computer boots in under 30 seconds, which is remarkably fast for any Windows computer running on a hard drive of that speed. Not much else to say other than I'm very happy with this computer. It was a great purchase, and if you're looking for a computer that still has substance even in 2017, this would be probably the one to get. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video, which may or may not be about my old computer again. We'll have to see.